Hello everybody and welcome to just a weekly update that we're going to be looking at for the week commencing the 12th to the 18th of April. Now I'm just changing the format. For those of you that are familiar with the channel, you'll know that I normally do a regular weekly update where we separate everything out and you have individual videos. Well, for the month of April there's a little bit of a change, and I'm welcoming your feedback on this because this is an interactive channel, and so I'm just working around to change the format and see what works better for you. Now, last week I recorded a set of 12 videos for you guys that looks at your star sign. That's your rising and or your sun sign, and that was for the month of April. So if you haven't seen that, if you go to the site, go to the Facebook channel, you'll see them listed there, and that will give you the information or the forecast for the whole of April from the beginning to the end. This video really is a little bit of a catch up for what's happening as we come into next week. As I said, that's the 12th to the 18th, and I will be doing one of these each week till we get to the end of April, and at the end of the April then I'll just be listening to what you guys want, whether we're going to go to a regular weekly update, is that what you wish, or to keep this on a sort of a monthly basis with the little tweaks for the week. Now, the difference with this video is I'm going to go straight through, so it's only going to be really little snippets for each star sign. That's your sun sign and or your rising sign. But first of all, just to give you a general overview, now as we come into this week, we're starting to see that the sun now is moving through Aries. It's heading obviously towards Taurus, and as we do go towards the end of the week, it's going to be going to the end of the constellation of Aries. Now, what does that mean? Well, that's quite some good news really, because it means it's pulling away now from Uranus, and also we're getting Mercury moving out of the constellation of Aries as well, and the concentration now is going to be more on Taurus and Gemini. Now that is great news because it takes the onus away from this square which is happening with Pluto and Uranus, and has resulted in quite a lot of conflict. It's resulted in quite a lot of surprises coming, so the energy is starting a little bit to mellow. We also see this as we come into this week, that of course Jupiter, the great giver, this really big significant movement, is going to go direct, and I'll do a separate video about that, so hang on and you will see that coming up on the playlist. But it's starting to move direct this week, and that means it's energizing things. It means that lives are starting to move forward in much more of a positive way. We're also starting to see here Pluto, the other big player, is stopping and is going to start to appear to go backwards, so it's going into a bit of a retrograde time. Now this obviously will have a little bit of an impact. It's not as major as the faster moving planets. It is a slower energy, but it does mean that it will, again, for some of you guys, concentrate energies and just stop you moving forward a little bit. But really quite a positive week, so I want to get started really with Aries. And this week really, Aries, you're going to see this sun squaring Pluto as we move into this week, and in essence this is going to provide challenges really for you, Aries. Now it is quite an exciting year for any of you that are Aries rising or sun sign in Aries, and it's basically this week is going to be all about what to keep really and what to get rid of. Now there can also be another little aspect here for you guys that are affected by Aries, as perhaps you're needing to expand a little bit and thinking to yourself, do I need to spend money? Do I not need to spend money? Well, it looks to me with the constellations here that money spent, certainly as far as business, is going to be worthwhile for you to get into your goals. Taurus, this is brain power and energy week combined all in one. And it's going to be quite a great week for you, Taurus, sun sign Taurus, also rising sign Taurus, because it's going to be giving you a little bit, I feel, of a push forward. Also this week, Taurus, it's great for you guys for study, anything to do where you're getting involved in the esoteric side of things, also travel, or just pushing yourself that little bit further to really get the result that is needed. Quickly on to Gemini. Gemini, this is a week really for self-indulgence. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, that's very nice, thank you very much. But, you know, I want to say to you, don't feel guilty about this because you have actually worked very hard up until this point. And I have to say that things can wait. This is a week where there's no real need to get anything done too quickly because you may come up against obstacles and it's going to be one of those weeks where you think, well, I might as well not have bothered and carried on next week, and that's what I want to get across to you. Certainly, you know, your third house is where Jupiter is, and Jupiter starts to expand. Now, when it moves forward, it takes a while, but obviously as we go into next week, you're going to feel more of its benefits, and this is certainly going to be around communication and business. Now, as we move swiftly on, going on to Cancer. Cancerians, you know, things are going to come under the microscope a little bit for you this week, and you certainly may find this with regard to relationships or anything that reflects you. But I have to say that there is a lot of help around you this week. This is a week for getting out and about, talking to friends, because friends this week and contacts give you the necessary boost that is needed to help. Also, I have to say with you, Cancerians, there's been a lot around work, but this week starts to see a boost in the financial department. On to lovely Leos. Now, Leos, this really is a week where you're going to start to see results as far as work is concerned. It's the beginning of a bigger picture, a bigger cycle. If you have been experiencing problems where you're not too sure where to go, what to do, so things have been moving forward, one step forward, two steps back, as we come into this week, you are going to start to see some really, really positives as far as the work area, and also just generally feeling uplifted as Jupiter starts to come into your sign. Virgo, interesting week for you Virgos, as a sun sign and rising sign Virgos. You need to watch yourself that you don't overstretch yourself this week. It appears to be quite a busy week for you guys. This is both can be both physically, but also can be very, very busy, I feel, on a mind basis as well. So it can be draining. The beginning of the week, I have to say, starts to see again some very, very positive changes coming in for you. And again, similar to Leo, it's the start of a bigger picture, a bigger long haul picture. Quickly on to Libra. Now, Libra, it's all to do with other people with you at this particular moment in time, and also, I say, the sun sign Libra's rising as well. Now, somebody could well be trying your patience this week, and my feeling on this is that don't be drawn, because with you Librans, just at this particular moment in time, you're going through quite an expansive time, and I want to say you seem to be getting also support from the universe. Now, support from the universe means that the general energies are around that are there to support you. And I also have to say that also there seems to be a clearing of the conscience as well around the subject, and you seem to be getting support once as well from others. So it's a week really sometimes where you may have to bite your lip a little bit, Libra, but it's very, very positive as far as you starting to gradually move forward towards a goal. Scorpios, you've been having quite a bit of a time of it as well, and I feel that focus may well be on others this week, and how they're trying to pull in on your time. Scorpios, look out for missed appointments or overstretching yourself, but I have to say, this is only the short term, this is only this week, very busy week, but achieving long-term goals starts to get a little bit closer. You'll find things stopping into place here, where you can start to see the end result is what I want to say. Great week for emotional projects, could even be great weeks for new loves. Excuse me, for a lot of you Scorpios. Let me move on to Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, again, as I just pause here for a couple of seconds, for the longer term views, obviously look at the pieces I've produced for the month, because these are only little infills that are coming in these intervening weeks as we go through April. Sagittarius. Now, somebody here seems to be trying to call on your time this week. There can be, you're wanting to get on with a project, someone else saying, oh, can you help me with this? That can get a little bit tedious, but I have to say to you, Sagittarius, look to the bigger picture, because this is where it's gradually starting to change and unfold for you, and this is not in a small way. There is something you're trying to achieve this year, Sagittarius, and this has been a theme of a lot of your readings that we've had here. But this week starts to see the beginning of a bigger picture for you, a bigger scenario for you. So just bear that in mind, especially if you're feeling a little bit ground down this week. Okay, Capricorn. Now, Capricorn, again, you seem to be asking, you seem to be asked for just that little bit more this week. So somebody, again, I won't say demanding things from you, but there seems to be a situation developing where you're going to have to draw on your reserves. Now, this is a fantastic week for Capricorns, very, very strong week. And anything to do with contracts, new business, or new projects are starting to show their hand this week. So, if you're feeling a little bit, how much further have I got to go? Then I want to say that you haven't got to go that much further. But it is important that you show people really what you're capable of and exactly how good you really are. Aquarius, quite an interesting week for you, Aquarius. This is a great week for confidence and bringing new confidence to within a project. And it also seems to mark a change within a relationship for a lot of you Aquarians, or how someone necessarily sees you. There's a switch in the energy. There's a boost in what it is that you actually want. Now, if you've had something where it's been a little bit stagnant, this could be around relationships or around work, I want to say again, this week is the beginning of things opening out and starting to move forward for you. But it will be around something that is personal to you. So something that you've been thinking about or dealing with the mind. Pisces. Lovely, lovely Pisces, last but not least. Now, this is work and energy, a fairly straightforward week for you, Pisces. Work and energy come under the spotlight this week. Communications, support from others is the key here. So don't feel that you need to do things on your own. This week kickstarts positivity around you. So again, an area, but this is definitively around, I feel, work. You should notice a kickstart around the work area, or it can be trying to do with health and routine, but you're starting to go in the right direction there, and there is a feeling of positivity around you is what I want to say for this week. There we are. There is the short but necessarily sharp, just showing you or explaining to you hopefully where the energies are coming from for this week. But as I said at the beginning of the video, you can get a more in-depth feel to the month of April by looking at the videos that are posted there for the month of April for your particular sign. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much for taking time out to download the video. Now, if you obviously like what you hear and you wish to subscribe to the video, please press the subscribe button, because that means that you get the videos directly to your door. And also, please, your comments. Do you wish to see more of a monthly forecast, or really do you feel where you're coming from that you prefer to have things done on a weekly basis? We'd love to know, so that as we move into May, June and July for the forecast going through there, that I'm really on board with you guys and giving you what you want, as we are an interactive channel. Thank you once again, and I look forward to speaking to you next week.